Hi everyone. I promised you I'll come back one more time this week, and here I am. Unfortunately, I couldn't announce it because I'm just between appointments in between my other businesses, and I just want to be here for you a second time this week. I'm always live Monday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but I just want to be live one more time. But again, I can't really announce it, so if you catch me, that's great. If not, all my lives are posted on YouTube afterwards. My YouTube channel is under the same handle at Finer Manifestation with PH. And I generally take up questions. I take up your questions. I take up questions that come to my email via, as long as they're to the benefit of the whole group. So if it's like super personal or a super specific situation, I do not take them up, but I'm available for one-on-one coaching. I think I have 2 appointments a week for new people. In any event, submit your question, and if it's worth talking about to the benefit of the whole group, I'll be happy to do so. I have one question for today that came in this morning, and in addition to that, what I want to talk about is something that I talked about, I believe, in the beginning of the year. And I think this is worth taking up maybe once every 3 months. We're like 3 months since the beginning of the year, approximately, end of third quarter. So I want to know where you're at mentally with your manifestations. If you're doing the 60-day challenge in my group or not, it doesn't matter. I just want you to put your mind together and see if you're doing the steps. Because if you're not doing the steps, it's probably why you haven't received everything or you only have partial results. By the way, in the Facebook group, we had dream time last night. I think this is the second time we're having it together, where we all like set an intention, we dream together. And what's amazing is like a few people had kind of the same dream. I think, I'm going to keep this on a weekly basis with our ritual just to see what's going on and what's happening. But a lot of stuff is coming from the subconscious. And I really believe these things have to do with posing the questions and the group energy. That's helping because, it's more people intensifying the same practice, right? Okay, so what are the steps that I was talking about in the beginning of the year? And let's take them up again. So how you manifest, the general term is claim, declare, praise, and give thanks. Okay? Claim means identifying exactly what it is you want, right? That's all it means, but you have to be specific. You can't say, I want to make a lot of money. You have to be specific. Claim is seeing a certain income that you want that is matching your current self-image. So for example, people like me make, I don't know, 20,000 a month. That's okay. Maybe I'm not going to go to 2 million a month because I don't see my self-image there. But let's say 20,000 a month or 30,000 a month or 10,000 a month, whatever's believable to you. Okay? So people like me make that. There's no reason why I wouldn't make that. I claim that. That's what I want. Let's say. Or people like me, many people who look like me, who are my weight, my height, my age, are married. And I want to be married, so there's no reason why I wouldn't be. I claim that. So that's the first step, claim. Then declare. Declare means say it out loud. It means like saying it as a fact. It means like writing about it. It means like putting it into an affirmation. I am married. I am the type of woman men want to marry. Everybody I've ever dated always wanted to marry me. I am the type that makes 20,000 a month. 20,000 a month, it's easy for me. So here's with the next step, right? Declare. Claim I know what I want. Declare means I'm saying exactly what it is I want, or affirmations around this. Now, I don't believe in repetitive affirmations because I believe in approaching the subconscious from different angles. And because of that, I want you guys to make your affirmations about that, but not necessarily the same robotic affirmations that's eventually going to stop going into the subconscious because it's just that thing you do, right? At some point, your subconscious mind is like, oh, it's just that thing he sings, it's just that thing she says. But if you phrase it differently each time, this will help. And this is what my 60-day challenge in my bio is. Every day you ask for inspired affirmation, and every day you enter that inspired affirmation in the 5 different areas that we have there. The third step is giving praise. Giving praise means thank you and I love it. sorry, it's thank you is the last part. So giving praise means I love this. I love my married life. I love what's going on. I love waking up with my husband's arms around me. I love the fact that I have a family. It is so good that I now envision myself in this life. So praising it, how good it is, how wonderful it is, how, let's say it's a car. I love the smell of my new car. I love how I don't hear that noise that my old car used to make. I love this car. It's just so smooth. It's such a smooth drive. Everyone's looking at me in admiration. That makes me feel so good when I drive this car, etc. So that's the praise. And the final step, number 4, is the thanks. Thank you for this car. Thank you that this is my life now. Thank you that I am married. Thank you for this engagement ring. Thank you. Okay? So claim, declare, praise, give thanks. And if you missed that, this live again will be posted on my YouTube. So that is sort of the process that you're aiming to do in your own style. Okay? Whether you do the 60-day challenge in my bio, do your journaling. If you're doing a journaling, do a practice in your mind, visualization, repetition in terms of I'm always affirming when I'm driving or what have you. But I find that what happens to people is they miss their daily practice. And when you miss your daily practice, you fall behind in terms of your mind, right? In terms of the focus of your mind. It doesn't become forefront of the mind, staying in the idea of what you actually want. It's no longer the forefront of your mind. And so you get distracted by the way the world is, right? The way the world is, the way they tell you it is, it's all misery, in my opinion. That's the common collective consciousness, right? Politics are bad, presidents are bad, there's war, there's economic problems, there's societal problems, there's all sorts of problems, right? So if you don't keep on the claim, declare, praise, thanks about every area of your life, what's going to happen is you're going to go the collective consciousness in every area of your life. So you look around you, look at your friends, look at what's happening to them, and just know that that's the area you're going. That's the area you're going. And if you're going there, look at somebody even like 10 years older than you. It's pretty an accurate prediction that you're going to be there in 10 years. Of just like a person is that you know that's 10, 12 years older than you. Oof. You know what? It's pretty cold in Canada, but it's sunny, so I feel like it got really hot in the car. I just opened the door. I'm going to keep it open for like a minute. All right. Number 2, be grateful for everyone's success. This is a key element of my practice and of my group. And this is why in the Facebook group, whoever's working with our group, what I always tell them is post success stories. And when you see somebody else's success stories, you got to be as happy for them as you would be for yourself. Okay? Because this is how you spread more of that into the matrix, into the collective consciousness, and how you identify to the collective consciousness, to the subconscious, to the formless substance, that this is actually your experience. So if I see a woman who manifested, the income she wanted, the car she wanted, or the man she wanted, depending what I want, I would be like, oh my God, if her, then me. I'm so happy to see this quick turnaround for her. When I see this quick turnaround for her, it's so motivating. It's so good. And I'm so happy. I can't believe it was so easy for her. And actually, it means it's so easy for me as well. Because why wouldn't it be? We're the same consciousness living in the same formless substance. Okay, number 3 point, create, don't compete. Remember, you never compete for anything. Somebody's asking me, are you saving this for the group or YouTube? Yes, it will be posted on my YouTube, just like my other lives at Finer Manifestation, same handle. I post all my weekly lives, so I'll be posting this as well. Okay, number 3, create, don't compete. Remember, competing means resources are limited, and you can only work with the resources there are. Like the pie is this big, and if everybody else gets a piece, you get less. But we know even from 3D, this is not the case, right? Like this is not the case. When they ran out of money, they just printed more money, right? It just created more money. It just didn't distribute to all of us, right? It distributed amongst them, but if the supply runs dry again, guess what they'll do? They'll just put more zeros in the computer, right? They don't even need to print it anymore. So let's be honest, right? So You create, you don't compete. You create opportunities. This is one of the premise in the 60-day challenge is opportunities are created for me. Opportunities come to me. They're created for you. You don't need to look for an existing opportunity. The opportunity will be created for you. Please stay in this thought. What you see other people get has nothing to do, thank you, Dimitri, with how much you can get. You can get the same or more irrespective of what the supply is. You're not competing with that. I have a 3D business, and my 3D business, it's a very competitive business, but I never feel like I'm competing with people who are doing the same business as me. I never feel that. I feel like I have a unique perspective. So when I go to a presentation or when I go, I'm thinking my results have to do with me. And sometimes I am not for the client, or my team is not for the client, and that's okay. That's okay. It doesn't mean that I was competing with other people and how can I be more like the person who got the opportunity. It means that simply, I was not a match for them, but the majority of time we are a match for them. So that's good. I never compete. I don't even want to know who else is at the table. It really doesn't matter. Number 4, it's this idea of destiny versus this idea of free will. A lot of us have this subconscious programming about destiny, about there's a set destiny for each of us. And this could be a long conversation around this point in terms of destiny, because what is true about the world is destiny is kind of a script, right? So if you think of this reality as creator made or virtual reality or simulation or whatever else people are thinking of it, it's kind of the same idea. The idea is an environment was created. Let's say it's a game, although I don't like to use that. Consciousnesses were placed in their initial conditions, and then the game started. Okay? The game starts, the reason to start a game, to create anything, is to see what would happen. If you already know what would happen, this is a useless exercise. It's also a boring exercise for the creator, right? To see what, I already know what everybody's going to do, and I already know how this game is going to end. No. What happens is there is a repository of all the possible interactions in quantum mechanics with all the possible futures. Yes, that is correct. So there is a repository where maybe the creator of the game or the creator God has access to know for every one of my free will what the outcome would be. That is absolutely believable. But I have free will to decide on which timeline I align myself with it, because otherwise there would be no point to the game. So I want you guys to be very, very clear of the difference between destiny and script. Okay, destiny and the potentialities, the existence of all potentialities. All the scripts for all of the free will decisions you would take are there. Yes. But which one you access is up to you. Do you guys see that difference? This is very different than believing I was born to live a certain life. And no matter what I do, it doesn't matter, because the outcome will always be the same. That's very different. It's a very, very different concept. So free will reigns supreme, guys, whether it's good for you or bad for you. That's another important point. You can choose things in this life that are not ideal for you. In fact, I think most people do that. So the free will is not monitored by somebody who says, oh, Mona, but no, I don't think you should be doing that. What if you want to do that, there will be something that will stop you from doing that. No, you can do anything you want. It's just that the result will be in accordance. If you have the intention to change your life or to manifest anything in your life that will contribute both to the quality of your consciousness and to the quality of life of other beings on earth, whether it's animals, whether it's people, your family, you have to have this intention to contribute. I know for a fact you will be helped and supported by the energy of consciousness of the creator to go ahead. I know you'll be supported in this. Okay, we see it all around us. This is why people who came from nothing, but who aim to connect the world, like, Jeff Bezos with Amazon, Mark Zuckerberg with Facebook, this is all about connecting people, connective consciousness. These businesses and these ideas were very supportive by the formless substance. This is where we're supposed to go, in a connected, in this more awareness of how we're all connected. And I believe new technologies will be developed where, we'll be even more aware. And I don't know, that's a good thing, that's a bad thing for privacy, for what have you, but this is where it's going. And this is why it's so supported. Now, number 5, do you have the right to your desire? This has to do with your self-worth. You got to ask yourself, do you have the right to your desire? If you sat with yourself and whatever it is you want right now, you want 25,000 a month, you want your ideal man to wake up in his arms, do you feel like really it's, you're worthy of it? Right? You have to, and sometimes that answer is at the core of it, I really want it, but I just don't think I'm worth it. I think, I heard from people who said, I believe I'm damaged goods by this point in my life, And if you admit to yourself how you really feel about it, you will know where the work needs to be to correct it before you can even go ahead and ask. There's no point to affirm, I'm loved, I'm loved, I'm loved, I'm loved. But inside, you feel like damaged goods, right? Because that paradigm of being damaged goods, this affirmation is just going like this. I am loved. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not loved. You're damaged goods, right? So you got to work with this. You got to logically convince yourself to switch the paradigm. You got to write out why you're worth it to begin with before you start your affirmations and your work in this regard. Does that make sense? That makes sense. My lives are like, I don't really get too many questions. I think people are just listening, and that's great. Thank you for tuning in and listening. But, I want to see sort of your comments. I want to see where you differ maybe in opinion or not. But I think people who generally tune in are a lot of people who are already working with me. If you don't know us, we're a group of people that use group consciousness to support and advance our manifestations. Okay. So do you have the right to your desire? We talked about. Number 6, fear, shame, and guilt. These are the most damaging of human emotions, especially shame and guilt. Fear we can conquer. Shame and guilt linger in the background and block. There's a lot of damage there. Okay, and if you don't work to change your shame and guilt for everything that you've done in the past or that was done to you in the past, sometimes we have shame and guilt, believe it or not, for things that were done to us in the past. And it's terrible, right, that we feel this way. This is why in religion and in every religion, they tell you to forgive. They tell you to forgive others who have wronged you. They tell you to forgive yourself. You have to be able to move past the fact that some decisions we make, all of us in this life, are just mistakes. They're just mistakes that can end us in a bad place. But that mistake you made with the information that you had at the time, and now you are the person that has lived that mistake and knows better. Every mistake is okay. Every loop is not okay. If you make the same mistake over and over, that is not okay. And that's a sign of a larger problem. So the shame and guilt, you really have to work on this. The sooner you eliminate it, the better. Make a list. Forgive everyone. Forgive everyone who has wronged you. You don't have to call them up. You really just have to forgive them inside, right? I don't believe in this thing that you have to go to everybody you've ever hurt and be in touch with them and say, I'm sorry. And that leads to socially disturbing situations also. But on a piece of paper, you have to write them out and internalize. Fight with yourself. Your ego will tell you don't do this. Your ego will say, no, I'm never gonna, forgive that person who beat me, forgive that person who cheated on me. I'm never gonna do that. But you are not your ego. You are the will who wants to move forward. And these are the cords that are keeping you in the same life, stuck over and over again. Let's see if I missed anything. I wasn't getting too many of your videos recently. I don't think TikTok likes me anymore. I don't know what's going on. But listen, I do what I do. And whoever is meant to hear these messages will hear them. If you want to search for me, I'm always there. So, you know, one way is like to unfollow me and follow me back. And then that way I'll be at the top of your following list. And you can always just see. I post a video every day. There's no filler videos. So everything that I post is pretty relevant. Let's see. I want to see what else, what comments I got so far. We're on step number 6, and then I have 14 steps. Do you always have to stay in your higher self? It is hard to do this all the time. Of course it is hard. I can't stay in my higher self all the time. But when I catch myself, so there's 2 questions I ask myself. And I actually have them on my phone, on my other phone as a screensaver. I don't know if I can show you guys. Okay, it's on Do Not Disturb, but it's interesting to show. I don't mind showing you. Okay, it says, where are you? Who are you? And wake up, right? This is a simple prompt. Whatever you are, whatever you're thinking about, whatever fantasy you're under, whatever conflict you're under, you're asking yourself, where are you? Okay, that it's for the mind. It's not for where are you physically. Where are you in your mind? And who are you? Who are you is like, I'm the consciousness. I'm not this ego person who's insulted by this. I'm not. You need a prompt in 3D that always reminds you of this, of the work that you're doing, of the fact that you're not the ego and you're the will. You need a prompt. So this prompt works for me, obviously, because I look at my phone all the time. And when I see it, I ask myself this question, double check, am I here? Am I present in my awareness? Or has my awareness been hijacked by the world? Let's see. Mona, what's the best advice for finding the right partner? If you're single, I'm assuming. If you're single, I think working on yourself and increasing your value as a woman is the best advice for finding the right partner. Also feeling like you're worthy of the best life and best treatment. Now, don't ask me what the best treatment is, because we all know what the best treatment is. You've just made so many compromises, women in general. We made so many compromises, and compromise is just heartbreak postponed. But we made so many compromises that we think that is the normal. And before I got on this live, I answered a question from a man in a video. And he asked, how can I make someone interested in me? And one of the things I told him, I said, you have to be a protector, provider, and prioritizer. You guys know I say that all the time. And this will differentiate yourself from the majority of other men. So when you're saying, what's the best advice for finding the right partner, Paulina? You have to cut out who is not the right partner immediately. Right? As opposed to what women try to do is we try to change men. We try to perform for them. We try to, but you can do that if you're both 15, if you're 15 and 16, okay? And if you have the wisdom at 15 to direct a man's maturity, which I obviously didn't have and no 15-year-old has. But if you're 30 and he's 35, don't have any hope that you're going to change anything. You need to be very, very precise and very goal-oriented in your dating. Why are you dating? Why are you dating? What is the right partner for you? It's not always the same answer for every woman. Not every woman wants to get married and have babies. Some woman wants the right partner, she just wants an older guy to travel the world with and him paying all the bills. That's okay. You gotta be focused on what the goal is and cut out everything that is not that. Do not get involved with anybody who's not that your goal. My life took a 180 since I started practicing mindfulness, the secret, and that's thanks to you. Mindfulness, awareness, staying into understanding why you're feeling what you're feeling, and understanding that the feeling is not you. It's based on a program. Okay, I'm giving examples for whoever doesn't know what she's talking about, right? If I'm annoyed with somebody, that's not necessarily me. Or like somebody that doesn't matter, somebody on the street, somebody cutting me off. It's not necessarily me, it's my program. Why am I annoyed with a person cutting me off in traffic? Maybe they're rushing to the hospital. Maybe they're just more busy than me. Maybe they're just a jerk. What does that have to do with me? Why do they have the power to incite in me a different version of me than what I want to be. Because I want to be in a state of peace. I want to be in a state of calm and happiness. So why is this stranger cutting me off has the power to put me in a different state inside? Let's think about this. All right. I want to take more because I want to make sure I finish here. Number 7, dreams must be invited and analyzed. We had dream time together with the group, with my Facebook group last night. This was our second time dreaming together. It is so interesting. Okay. And then we post our dreams. It is just so interesting, like how many of our dreams were the same, what they bring up. Somebody said my dream was very clearly about my self-worth, because we asked, like every time we dream together, we have an intention. So we asked this time, show me in dream time, what is a financial block that I have? I don't know. I feel like I'm doing everything right, but what is a financial block that I have? And we had people commenting, it was clearly my dream. It was like, I don't really remember exactly, but it was about my self-worth. I felt like shit in my dream, and I felt really bad, and I felt like other people were laughing at me. Your subconscious knows. Your subconscious knows what your blocks are, 100%. And it's trying to show you, right? Dreams must be invited and analyzed. If you want to dream with us and be part of our group, I invite you to do that, because this work just brings to the surface a lot of the things that are running in the background and thwarting your efforts of improvement. Number 8, accept current circumstances. We all know that it's very difficult to do. Whew, it's hot in here. It's very difficult to do, but current circumstances have to do with past thoughts and feelings, right? This is a printout of the contents of the mind that we have. There's a delay. We all know that there's a delay in reality creation or in script changing. I don't actually believe in reality creation. I believe you do change. All this quantum possibilities exist, and with every decision or with every thought or with every pertinent thought, you jump to a different timeline, right? But there's a delay in that. There's a delay in your circumstances adjusting. So the circumstances that are current, they have to do with your previous thoughts and feelings. So just ignore them. Just be like, where can I do better? Ask your will, your subconscious mind, where can I do better? Such as everything around me changes. Such as it changes, how should it change? A, B, C, and D. Whatever your goals are, whatever it is you want. So when something is discouraging, is annoying, somebody treated you badly, your bank account is 0, you look at it, you be like, okay, I understand. I take responsibility, okay? You have to, because otherwise, how could you change it? If it wasn't up to you, then you can't do anything about it. So when you take responsibility and be like, okay, this is what I manifested so far, but how can I do it differently in the future? Show me. Give me a prompt. I want to do something different. I want to contribute. I want to contribute to somebody's life romantically. I want to contribute to the world financially. I want to have more time to contribute. Okay, when you're chasing these things, don't feel bad. You're chasing love. You're chasing money. You're chasing it, not because you're chasing zeros and ones. You are chasing more time for yourself, more time for your family, more time for the world, and convince yourself that having more income, that having a loving relationship is actually going to make you a better person. Right? It's gonna make you a better person. If you're already a good person, it's going to make you a better person. These things just amplify what we are, right? We all know this. Money amplifies that which you already are. So for a prick and an arrogant person, it's gonna make them more of a prick of an arrogant person. If you're already generous, if you have a small salary but you see a beggar, you give him $1, it's gonna increase your ability to give. Right? So you should definitely chase that. Number 9, if you hold a vision, it must come. If you hold a vision, somebody was asking me how to focus, right? If you hold a vision, it must come. You must convince yourself of this as much as you convince yourself that current circumstances are up to you. Because it kind of follows from the previous one. Let me take, I have 5 more points. Let me take a look at the comments that came in. Okay, see, I have like 19 messages. How can I manifest physical change? Go through my playlist, how to manifest body. I actually have a testimonial that I want to read from somebody who just doing my challenge. She just lost 7 pounds without trying. But she's only been doing it for 40 days. So I'm sure she's going to lose more if she wants to lose more. I love my SP, but everyone says I don't really want him but just the feeling of being loved? Well, an easy way to answer that is, have you been loved before? Has anybody else loved you? Have you experienced that idea of love that he gives you? I don't know your situation, or if he was good to you, or he's just, inciting in you that chemical reaction. So there's many things to ask yourself, but have you ever felt like that with somebody else? If you're feeling like being loved. By the way, guys, I hate when people say that, because I just want the feeling of being loved. Well, yeah, every normal human being in this world wants to love and to be loved. This is a very natural impulse. Very natural, spiritual. It's like the spiritual equivalent of feeling hunger and thirst and the need for release, like physically. It's the same idea. Obviously, I want the feeling of being loved. Why wouldn't I? I wouldn't be normal if I didn't want that. When can I restart the 60-day challenge? I recommend you give it a 1 week in between and change your goals. See how have you changed in the last 60 days, that your goals can be finer tuned and adjusted to the changes that you have made yourself in as part of the 60-day challenge. Mona, I manifested money and I found this program that will pay me back what I spent in university. Wonderful. And I know you've been doing the work. So that's wonderful. I'm so happy to hear this testimonial. Birds before land, please. Okay, I'll take up your email. I saw it quickly this morning, Jenna, and I'll just take it up today in this live. Did I just see? Okay. I just want to make sure there's nothing else. I want to live by the beach, but also in a city, but also in a villa and a penthouse. Okay, so this is a guarantee. None of these things are going to come to pass. None of these things. That's just like getting in a taxi and giving different instruction. I want to go to the beach. No, I want to go to the mountainside. No, I want to go to the beach. I want to go to... So don't bother. Until you clarify your intention, nothing's going to come to pass. Does there have to be a lag time in 3D with desires, or can I manifest shift as fast as in 4D? No, it has to be a lag in 3D. Otherwise, when you think of an elephant, one would appear in front of you, and that wouldn't be good. Imagine if you're in a room and everybody you've ever desired appeared in that room with you. That would be a disaster, right? There's always a lag time. During this lag time, your focus and faith in your intention will determine whether it will materialize or not. Because as you get deterred by the 3D circumstances, that's also important, right? You're shifting your focus. Maybe it's not what you really want. When it's something you really want, when it's your life purpose, right? That's why I look at all of these guys who've been successful, and how many years were they not successful before? How many times did the business fail? Did you guys know that with SpaceX, Elon Musk almost became bankrupt? Like, I don't know, his second year or something. He has an interview where he said before December 24th of that year, if the funding didn't come in or it wasn't approved, this company would have been bankrupt. Imagine that with his company. And SpaceX would have never existed. But the faith, the unwavering faith, okay, it's going to happen. And he talks about how his funds came in like the Christmas morning or something like this. I find that like incredible. Incredible, So yes, there has to be a lag time. I want to win a car and I want to win the lottery. Winning a car, you don't need to win a car if you're going to win the lottery, right? Because this just boggles down what you have going on, right? It's just like, why working on two desires where you just need to win an X amount of money, or you just need to win a car? See, the problem is we think we have to work on all of these things, but really, like, many of our goals are just consequences of one goal, right? If my goal is to make 100 grand a month, then I don't also need to have a goal to live in a house that's X, Y, and Z, because obviously if I make that money, I can get that house. And also, if I live in that house, I probably made that money, or I probably, met someone who makes me so happy and we're so compatible that, maybe he can afford to buy that house. So focus on what you want and leave the how. Do not focus on the how you're going to get it. So let's see. Okay. The more things on your mind, this is number 10, which I just talked about it. The more things on your mind, the less likely your manifestation. Okay, the more things, I'm manifesting, slim waist, a car, winning the lottery. I'm manifesting a ring on my finger. I'm manifesting, my relationship with my mother to be improved. Guys, just in the challenge, we have 5 areas and that's it. That's it. We're working on that every day. You don't need to manifest all these little things and drive yourself nuts. That was number 10. Number 11, do you really treat yourself as the person you want to be? This is important. This is part of self-worth. Do you really treat yourself as the person that you want to be? Right? Or do you put yourself last? Do you take care of everybody else first? Do you compromise? Does the person you're dating text you every other day or misses a day? And you're like, yeah, but he was busy with work and do you accept less than what would be ideal for you? Right? Let's think about this. Because if you're with somebody, and a lot of people I consult with, they're in this situation. If you're with somebody and he doesn't text you or check up on you every day, something may happen to you that day. Maybe you need him. Maybe you can't reach him. The fact that he can't reach you should make him panic about it and wondering if something happened to you, right? There's a power to consistency. Do not compromise on someone's consistency towards you, because that means they don't really care that much. And so that means when you accept it, you don't really care that much about yourself. So do you treat yourself as the person you want to be? We have 3 more. Okay. Number 12, physical things around you matter. I got to do a video on the clothing again, because it came up during one of my private lives. So what you surround yourself physically carries an energy. We all know that. And it's very, very important that you constantly assess if the things around you still give you a benefit or if they make you feel bad. So for example, I constantly give clothes away. Okay. I give clothes away, not just because I don't want them anymore. It has to do with what they remind me of. So I had like a fabulous dress I wore at my 5-year wedding anniversary with my first husband and still looked fabulous on me. But 2 years ago, I looked at it and I was like, I would never wear this again. It just puts me in that mindset of that fancy dinner we had with the family, and I'm divorced from him. And so, to me, that needed to go. It couldn't be in my closet. It couldn't be something I look at. It just has to do, would I ever wear it again? No. When I see it, does it remind me of, it reminds me of a failure? Because in a sense, divorce is always a failure. And so it has to go. So any clothes that you wore during a breakup, during a big fight with somebody that you love, during the time you were fired, during all those clothes carry energy and memory, and you have to get rid of them. Please do not think, oh, but I spent $500 on this dress. It doesn't matter. It's not going to bring you anything good in the future. You understand? So go through your closet. Let's say this weekend, pick at least one item. If you're working with me, if you're in the group, pick at least one item that's going to go. And the same goes for old books. I had some books that somebody gave to me that this person has, contributed negatively to my life in the last couple of years. And I didn't want anything from this person. So I just got rid of them. I just got rid of everything. I also got rid of jewelry. Yeah, you're saying not the jewelry. You're better off selling the jewelry. I had some jewelry that wasn't like really expensive. It was from like Swarovski or something like this. And that jewelry I just gave away to like a friend's friend. Because it was probably worth like $200, $300. But if you have expensive jewelry from somebody, you're better off selling it than hanging on to it. Let's see. I want to go back on the comments before I pick up the two more. Jenna, I'm going to take up your question in a second. Let's see. Brand new vehicle. yeah, is there any way I can manifest the physical appearance change and glow up? Go through my body, manifest body list and do the work with our group. It's going to, everybody who does the work with me does lose weight, and the glow up is in the face is visible. Like, I think if anybody's on this live right now that can confirm that, it would be good. Okay, so we have two more. Mind number 13. Mind must be returned to awareness at least 10 times a day. So your mind will wander probably hundreds of times a day, but at least 10 times. Remember my phone where it says, where are you? Where's your attention? Where's your awareness? Make yourself a prompt on your computer, wherever you spend time, in your kitchen, on the cupboard. Where are you? Who are you? Who are you? What is your identity? Are you the mother, the wife, the this? No, you're the consciousness, the will. Always remind myself, I am the will. I am that which I want. I am that which is connected to the higher power. Look at that. I can confirm the glow up. I can confirm down 10 pounds and my hair is healthier than ever. Thank you, queens. These are all people who are working with the challenge and following my content. It will happen automatically if you don't obsess over it. And finally, the last one, and then I'll take Jenna's question and a testimonial. The hardest thing, what? I can't read my own handwriting. The hardest thing is not the, guys, I don't understand what I wrote here. This is incredible. I really don't understand what I wrote, because I wrote this at the beginning of the year. We had a live on it. Sorry. What's the hardest thing? I'm going to move straight into Jenna's question, and then the testimonial that I got. I'll have to owe you that last point. Okay, so Jenna sent me an email this morning, and she said, I've been doing the journal on my SP, like I'm married, the affirmation I'm married, and about her SP. And then she goes like the rebound after my SP. So she's gotten herself involved with another man and her rebound. And he texted this. She dated him for 2 weeks after the SP, almost 2 years ago. And as she's doing this work, she hasn't been with him for 2 years now, I guess. And he says, good morning. Had the craziest dream last night. We started to date and all of a sudden you said, let's get married. And we had an amazing life together. So that's pretty incredible, right? As she's journaling and still on the SP and still thinking this, okay? Her rebound, text her this, and she's asking, he texts her exactly like he's had a dream about what she's been affirming. And you know, to me, this is exactly what I teach and exactly what I tell you guys. So I don't believe with the SP, Jenna, you can target him directly. Okay? I don't believe that. I believe that via this work that they teach you of spells and consciousness entrapment, you could potentially entrap them just by accessing the matrix. You know, like the matrix is like a spider web, like a huge one, right? So he's at a point, you're at a point, and he can move further from you, but you're still connected through all these, you know, webs of invisible energy. And you could theoretically get to him with a lot of focused work. But I would suggest do not waste your life on that. But as you're doing this work, who you're going to hit is the person that you have the most energetic cords with. What's up with this hair? The most energetic cords with that were formed with or without your consent. This is very important for everybody to understand. When you're doing this work, the people you're going to hit first from your past are the people you have the most energetic connection with. Let me give you an example, Jenna. Your SP might be super grounded, super in his energy. And he might get random thoughts. Like, so for example, I'm a super grounded person, right? Sorry, Jenna, that's the SP who messaged you, or is it the rebound? I understood it's the rebound. But I'm talking about in general for women. So who sent you that message? Was it your SP or was it the rebound? Yeah, it was the rebound. So that's exactly what I'm saying. It's exactly what I'm saying. You were targeting your SP in your work, in your manifestation. But you hit invisibly in your energetic cord, you hit this rebound dude. And whatever it is you're affirming is materializing in his mind about you and in his subconscious. You didn't have major connection with the rebound. We're not always consciously aware of the energetic cords that we form. Sometimes these negative entities, they attach to us, and especially during the physical act. If you guys look this up, many people talk about it. Sexual energy is a powerful medium of exchange. And it's not necessarily that you had strong feelings for him, but it depends what he latched into your energetic system, what he drawn out of you, and how strong that bond is. Okay? And this is why I tell you, as a practical advice, ideally, do not have sex for having sex. Okay? Do not have those interactions. If you do, be in awareness. Be in awareness of, I decide right now I'm going to be physical with this man, but I will not let him inside my energetic system. I am aware. I just request a physical act. Say that in your mind before you proceed. If you know you're not in love with him, you don't want to pursue a relationship with him, because we are generators. We are creators as women. They latch on, and they, like, if they're depressed, if they're negative, if they're defective, it will pollute your energy system. You understand? It's not a morality issue. He will pollute your energy system, and depending what other interactions he's had with other people, that will also pollute your energy system. If you have a rebound, if you have an interaction with somebody you don't want to form cords with, as soon as the interaction is over, you have to run underwater. Do not just go to sleep. Do not just brush your teeth and go to sleep. Okay, when you come in back at your home, take a shower, like a cleansing shower. Even if you took a shower at his place, now you're taking an energetic shower, and you're saying, no, none of this I'm taking into my sleep, into my bed, I refuse any connections that may have been made. I just had this for my self-esteem, for validation. It has nothing to do with it. So there's all sorts of energetic practices, just like we take a shower in the evening to clean, the dirt, the physical dirt. You have to clean the energetic pollution off of you. Consciously. You got to stay in awareness and consciously, because we don't know who, and I bet you a lot of queens have this story where they were thinking of somebody else, and somebody from their past that they slept with messaged them or contacted them after 2 years. I'd be curious if anybody here on this live, but I definitely had this experience. Okay. So it's not necessarily that it's someone you think about. This cords, you don't know who they're with. You don't know who they're with, and you don't know how long they're going to be there, and you don't know how they've polluted you. So you constantly have to clean yourself. Yeah, exactly. This queen says, I have multiple times. Yeah, you're thinking of a person. Now let's talk about the SP. Let's talk about the SP. Let's say I'm somebody's SP, but I'm a very grounded and aware person, right? I'm very grounded. I know what's happening. So let's say someone's trying to manifest me. So somebody from my past trying to manifest me, maybe they'll make a connection and come in my head, and I'll randomly think of this person from the past, or I'll randomly have this thought about them or what have you. So guys, please remember, the people you no longer want to have contact with or that were bad for you, erase everything from them. Like, erase all their pictures. I don't have pictures with anyone I've ever dated or been with. I don't have any memento. I don't keep anything. Okay. Through those things, you retain a connection, and you don't need to have that if they're indeed people you don't want. Okay, so let's say this person is trying to manifest me. It's going to be harder for them because I don't have a memento. I can't run into a photo, but they're in my mind. Now I can acknowledge this, and I can say, okay, this is a cord I have. Like, I don't know, I randomly thought about that person, but I know I don't want to be with them because of A, I like my life now. B, they weren't good for me. C, there's a reason we break up. So your SP, Jenna, what you can do from your end is generate thoughts of you into his head. But if he's grounded, like I'm grounded, he will probably decide not to take action on those thoughts. So it doesn't mean your work is not working. Okay, it's very possible your work is working on him and he's thinking of you. Maybe he's dreaming of you, like just like the other guy, but he's not going to do anything about it. Like, it's not that I never, ever, ever dream of my exes, but I'm not taking that as an action to message them. You know what I mean? I sort of understand that's something in my psyche. It's something that, unfortunately, I made a connection that I no longer want, but it's not that easily erased. But I am not choosing that. What happens though with the majority of people who are not in awareness, they take these things as signs that they should do something about it. Oh, I saw a picture of you on my phone and I thought of you and I thought of saying hi. And they get stuck in the same loop over and over again. And they know this person never changes, that nothing ever changes. So Jenna, I wanted for you to understand, and I wanted to explain this thing of why other people, your rebound might be a lot weaker in his grounding, a lot deeper in his feelings for you than the previous person. So Jenna, go through my SP list and do the work exactly like I described. A work has to be about you, about where you want to be in life, your goal, and believe in your heart that you will attract a man who will match that. If you want to be married, you are married, okay? If you don't want to be married to the rebound or to anybody who messages you, just delete it. Just say to the universe, that's not it. Delete. Don't think, is this birds before landing? Is it my SP? No. My SP or better will materialize for me. This is about me. Who wrote to me? John, Mike, delete. That's not it. That's not what I want. Hey, universe, I'm married, but not to this dude. Okay, not to this dude. I'm not even going to give this attention. I'm not even going to investigate. This is not a man I want. Bye. Right? And besides, you shouldn't be talking to him. If you don't want a man, you shouldn't be talking to him, right? Because you're keeping the cords alive. Guys, please do not stay friends with your exes. It's not good for you. They're still siphoning your energetic, creative power. Unless you have kids with them, yeah, that you're don't worry about it, but also don't just tell the universe that's not what I want. I am married, but not to him. And then I want to read, so I hope you guys got some information out of that, because it was more about how to handle your dating life and your past, really. So this queen says, she sends me a very nice message. She was in a 50-50 relationship with her boyfriend they were living together, and she hated that. And she was asking me how to change it. And we worked on it for a bit in terms of mindset and in terms of what to tell him and how to approach this, because she just didn't know. So this is sort of the aftermath of that. She's saying, I'm so grateful to be part of this challenge. I am on day 45. I haven't really weighed myself during this challenge. I used to weigh myself every day, but I told myself I wouldn't. I weighed myself this morning and I'm down 7 pounds without ever changing my eating habits and exercising more. My partner and family have been noticing that I am getting thinner. I told you guys this will happen, even if you're not working on your health. And then she says, also an update on my partner and our living situation. We are currently looking for places to rent, and he confirmed that he will be paying all of the living expenses. So I put my house on the market for rent where we live now, and we will be out of here within the next few months. So I'm asking for a premium price on my house. So I'm actually going to be making some money. And this is also one of my manifestation, which is generating a new income stream. So listen to this. She's doing this challenge. And this is one way of how things also resolve themselves. She's just working on one area, okay? She's working with her boyfriend to be like, no, you're going to be the provider now. We approached it a certain way, right? Specifically to her situation. But she's saying, you're going to be the provider now, no longer doing 50-50. But she wants to see that he wants that. She doesn't want to just be forcing him into it, right? So we worked on it for back and forth for a little bit. So now, after 45 days of the challenge, he told her, yes, I'm willing to take all of our living expenses, and she's generating a new income stream, and her new income stream is going to come from the rental of her home. Of course, if she lives where I live, and the mortgage, she got the house a long time ago, you can make quite nice money, a few $1,000s in addition to over your mortgage payments from renting out a house. So she can, she's done really well for herself. She says, I'm really grateful that you created this challenge. It really helped me come back into alignment with my spiritual self, etc. She's giving me some praise, so I'm gonna leave that out. The bottom line is this: if you keep doing the work consistently, if you believe that you are worthy, if you employ those 13 steps that we discussed, because the last one I didn't have all those steps. I'm going to post this live. If you missed the steps, it's going to be on my YouTube channel. And if you do all of these things, it's impossible not to see results. It's impossible. But what people do sometimes is they see results, but it's not exactly what they wanted. So they're like, but I was manifesting $1 million, not realizing that that kind of income is so different than their self-image, that there's no way they can get there from here. Not that they can never get there. They just can't get there from here. And they see a change from here to here. And they're like, this thing doesn't work. I would have done this anyways. No, you wouldn't have. You wouldn't have. And if you keep doing this, you're going to get to where you are eventually. Okay, guys? I want to see. It's very helpful. Don't forget what we talked about, the dating life and getting involved with people. I don't think having rebounds is a great idea. Your self-image should be raised to the extent that you don't need the validation from a man you don't like. Right? Because a rebound, usually you don't like him that much. So if you need the validation from a man you don't like, unfortunately, and I'm just being very honest with you guys, your self-image is low. Do you give out assignments or journals to your students? Yeah, we have almost every week we have a group manifestation. I also started to dream together in my Facebook group. But we have a common manifestation, and we use a lot of our group energy to sort of manifest. So one consequence of this is I was intensely focused on manifesting myself just outside of Canada for the winter, and I managed to do that through a series of circumstances. It wasn't a matter of money. It was more of a matter of circumstance that I couldn't make it happen before. And I was away for the month of January. But what happened is, because I was so focused on that in the 6 months prior to that happening, we had at least 10 people manifest all these free trips that they didn't expect. So, this collective group energy, it seems to go in a way where there's the most focus either by me or by a few consciousnesses in this group. It's very interesting. And now that we got in the dream time and in dreams, it's very, very interesting also, because we start to dream about the same things, and it's clear there's a push. The more concentrated consciousness you have going in the same direction, the more likely you're getting there, right? Sometimes just our consciousness is not enough. Our programs are very strong. Our energetic system is very polluted from all of our past interaction. It's very important you guys work on depolluting yourself, on your energy system or the scaffolding of your body. We're going to have a very in detail dream analysis, dream time, subconscious mind conversation on the private live that we're having on Saturday. If you guys are working with me, that's on Facebook. What I love on the Facebook lives is that when you put a comment, it can be long. It doesn't have to be this 2 lines that it's here. So I can get more in depth. That's more like group coaching that I do. I hope you guys enjoyed this live. Again, it will be on YouTube, and I will be back publicly here on Monday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, let's put our hands together for the 369. I am a winner. I do this at the end of every live. Tapping is psychologically proven to reset your nervous system. So I'm resetting the nervous system with an affirmation. If you want to participate, let's go. One breath together. I am a winner. 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 I am a winner.